My name is Paul Ramon. I am with Ramon Roofing, owner and an operator of Ramon Roofing. I've had my company here in Fort Worth since 1995. I'm actually born and raised here in Fort Worth. Been here my whole life. I know my family's been here in Fort Worth for going back now 5 generations, and so we've been here a long time, and actually we can trace back our heritage of where we're like one of the first Hispanic families to ever show up in Texas. So anyhow, it's kind of cool.
Tell me how you got into the roofing.
Well, I started, believe it or not, I was in college, and I worked for a roofing company here in town, and that was my summer job. And my job was to go and grab things for materials for a cruise, or maybe carry bundles of shingles up on the roof for their crews, things like that. They asked me to come on to be a sales rep, and I was a very young man when I started selling roofs. In fact, one of my first roofs that I ever got trained on, believe it or not, to sell was a cedar roof like this. This roof's a complex roof. It's not the easiest roof to put on. I was able to use my knowledge of learning this system into what I do today, which now, Ramon Roofing, we specialize in tile, slate, and metal roof systems. Well, tile and slate have a very similar application method as cedar shingle. So a lot of that knowledge I was able to bring over from there to what I'm doing now. So I had a friend of mine's parents call me, and this gentleman came to me and said, "Paul, can you put a crew together and come roof my house?" And I said, "I can." But I was broke back then. I didn't have a bunch of money in my pocket, and I didn't have any lines of credit set up. I didn't have a company going yet. I went to one of my suppliers that was doing business with through the company I was working with, and asked that gentleman, one of the sales reps there, for a line of credit. His name was Henry Power, and Henry looked at me and said, "Paul, if I give you a line of credit, are you gonna pay me back?" And I go, "I'll promise you I'll pay you back. And if you don't pay me back, I'm going to lose my job. I don't want to lose my job. You got it?" I go, "Henry, I'll promise you I will pay you back once I get this roof done." So he gave me a line of credit. When I did this house, the house is about 7,000 square feet. And my first job, I got paid $22,000 in $100 bills. The first place I went to was to go see my old buddy Henry Power to pay him back for the line of credit. With the leftover money, I went down to the county courthouse here in Fort Worth, opened up a assumed name certificate under Ramon Roofing, and hadn't looked back since. So there you go, how it got going. There's a lot of roofs now that have standing seam metal accents with maybe a tile roof or a slate roof or even a cedar roof. So you're seeing a lot of the accents that are happening. So I decided, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing standing seam and invest in a machine to make them. And I started doing that. And then once we started rolling with that, I'm gonna tell you the truth, in the last at least 5 years, standing seam metal has really, really, really taken off in this market.
All right, so what are we gonna go do? And what are we going to check out now?
We're going to go to my own personal home. The house here is a house that I purchased about 10 years ago, and totally gutted, totally redid it. Still got a little few odds and ends I need to do to the house, but so it's been a project that I've been real proud of, and so we're going to go check it out and take you to my own personal gym there that I have. I'm a big fan of boxing. I did some amateur fighting when I was younger. I love the boxing community. I know a lot of great guys in boxing, in the community boxing. We're still great friends with to this day. Like I said, I fought amateur. That work ethic, what it takes, showing up at that gym, even when you get knocked down, but then you show up the next day, and say, "Hey, I'm not giving up." It's just part of it, part of life, and the discipline part of it I really like.
So tell me a little bit about where we're sitting right now. What's some other things that you like to do? Who makes up Paul Ramon?
This is, like I said, you're sitting in my boxing gym. I spend time in here. Not here in the last year, probably not as much as I should, but I do. I still work out in here. I still hit the heavy bag. I love the speed bag. I love, lifting weights and, like I said, working out and doing that. It keeps my mind right. Hitting the bag for me is just a stress relief. It really is. I like running. I like going out and walking. I call it my music room. Love music. I love going back there and listening to my vinyl. I have a couple of guitars back there and love to listen to all kinds of different types of music.
It's really cool hearing about your background and your family's background as one of the first Hispanic families in the area. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
My mother's side comes from Monterrey, Mexico, and they migrated up here. There used to be a steel plant here. It's no longer there anymore, called Texas Steel. A lot of the family came up from Mexico to come work at the steel plant there. And so they developed a community there. My dad had a business here for many years. My dad is an entrepreneur, which I always tell people I learned a lot from.
Yeah.
I watched my dad do it. My dad owned a gas station when I was a kid, and in the same community, same neighborhood. Started that. I watched him do that. Then he sold the gas station and got into the trucking business, and so he had a trucking company, and he ran that for years. And I watched my dad work hard.
One of the reasons we're talking right now is because we know that you do great work. And so, how do those values help you do great work? Instead of just slapping a roof down and moving on to the next one.
And it's funny, and I always even I have conversations with my clients. I got to sit down and talk to them, because sometimes doing great work takes time. Yeah. I don't want to hear about how fast I got to get it done. So we got to do a lot of communication. You got to let your clients know what you're doing and explain that to them, that what you're getting is quality. And we preach it. We're obsessed by it. It's all about continuing to train, never stop learning. And right now, I'm currently serving on the board of directors for the Midwest Roofing Contractor Association. And we're down in Austin, lobbying for the industry. Through certain organizations, I teach. I do give a metal class. I really do like helping the younger generation out, because they're going to need that training. They're going to need that, and it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving back to your community and to your industry, in my opinion, you're losing out. I like it that I can drive around this town and literally just pick out, I did this one, I did that, we did this one, we did, and it's really cool. I can drive around and do that and be very proud of the work that we do around here. And I feel like by doing that, we're still, it's a legacy. We're leaving a mark on this town, and it's on roofs.
I want to give a big thank you to Paul Ramon of Ramon Roofing out of Fort Worth, Texas. The Metal Pro Series is all about highlighting the very best metal roofing installers across the country, and I can't wait to talk to the next one. Make sure you subscribe here so you don't miss the next installment of the Metal Pro Series.